Roll up, ladies and gentlemen, and prepare to bear witness to the marvellous magnificence which is the latest Virtual Stadium Tours video. Please remember to keep your hands and fingers off of the screen at all times to avoid impairing your viewing pleasure. Thank you very much for watching.
And so today we are going to be taking a look around the Investors Group Field. That's right, it is the home arena of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers of the CFL, the Canadian Football League, of course the Canadian equivalent of the NFL, which is the American Football League basically. And as always for you, the first fact I have on this arena is its overall capacity, and I can tell you that this stadium has an overall capacity of just over 33,000. However, when there are special events taking place in the arena, depending on what space they take up and what facilities they actually need, the arena's capacity can be expanded up to around 40,000. So depending on what events are actually taking place in the arena, the overall capacity can be raised up if it's something extra special taking place. So now let's move on and talk about the history and development of this stadium, the sort of building and financing of it. To which this stadium actually had a couple of false starts. The owners of Canad Inns, who owned the arena, the last arena that this club played in, up until about 2007, they had plans to move the whole stadium to a brand new development area, which was going to be part of a 500 million Canadian dollar plan to build a new stadium as well as a new 4-star hotel, including an indoor water park. At which the stadium itself was set to be costing around 265 million Canadian dollars. However, that plan was squashed in 2009, and they had to quickly rush to put a new plan together, which was pretty much exactly the same, but in a completely different part of the city, of the city of Winnipeg, which this stadium is, of course, situated in. However, that second plan did also fall through, but that was more of a funding issue, because to get the stadium built, the owners of both the CFL team, the Blue Bombers, and the owners of the original arena itself, the Canad Inns group, they lobbied to get some public funding from the city and from the state to try and help get the building of this new stadium, this new arena done. And that second plan was actually rejected because the city felt that the money they were going to give them to get the arena built would have been more of a gift rather than a grant, and these things often are done on grants which have to be paid back slowly, either via rising of taxes or by the ticket prices, the ticket admission costs to the stadium. So if in some cases the ticket prices to the stadium actually raised for the first couple of years after it opens, until the money has been mostly paid off, and then the ticket prices drop after that. But that plan was also rejected for the reasons I've already stated, which means finally in 2010 they got a plan together which was accepted, funding that was accepted from the city, which allowed them to build this new stadium on a brand new site, I believe on the outskirts of Winnipeg, and it actually broke ground in May 2010 and was opened just over 3 years later on May 26th, 2013, at a cost of around 210 million Canadian dollars. However, this of course wasn't without its own controversy, with the building contractor for the stadium actually at one point having to put up a 1.9 million Canadian dollar loan against the stadium they're building, because they're saying they were not paid the right amounts at certain points. In the end, this dispute was of course sorted out, and the stadium did get built, but it did of course delay the opening, which meant that the Blue Bombers, who were set to play in the stadium at the end of 2012, couldn't actually play in the stadium until the end of the season in 2013, or even the start of the very next season. But as I've already stated, the stadium did eventually get open despite all the controversy, and it does contain a corrugated metal roof which partially covers the arena, a restaurant, 52 suites, and a walk of fame, among other things, of course, like little restaurants and hot dog stands and whatever. Anyway, let's move on now and talk about the event history, things that have happened in the arenas, ranging from music concerts to different sporting events. Now, as I've already stated, this stadium is of course the home to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers of the CFL, which is a sort of American football team. But it's also hosted several music concerts, the likes of Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Jay-Z, AC/DC, One Direction have all sold out this arena. But the one big sort of sporting event which has taken place in this arena is the Women's World Cup. The FIFA Women's World Cup took place here in 2015, took place in Canada, and this stadium was one of the arenas to host matches. It actually hosted 7 matches in this arena, which were all group matches. The United States were probably the largest women's FIFA team to play here, as they won one of their matches in this arena against Australia 3-1 and drew the other against Sweden 0-0. Anyway, that's all I've got time for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching this Virtual Stadium Tours video. If you enjoyed it and would like to see every new video this channel uploads as soon as it uploads them to the interwebs, why don't you press the subscribe button down below this video right now. Goodbye.